Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Alright. YouTube vertical live. Here comes horizontal. There it is. And then Twitch right behind that. There it is. Okay. Sweet. Nathan, congrats on grabbing first. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, dude. Hello, hello. Let me go and submit my taxes. Boop. And then I need to make sure all the YouTube links get posted, because the bot doesn't do that every time. It should, but it doesn't. So you gotta tell it occasionally, hey, here's horizontal, and then hey, there's vertical. Give it a second. There's horizontal, and then no, don't end stream, share stream. There we go. There's the vertical. Boop. Okay, confirm. And confirm. Alright, this will go out. That's good, that's good, that's good. Alright. I think we're just about ready. Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Nathan, congrats on grabbing first. Thank you for spending your taxes. Fashionably late, as usual. And no matter what I try, it doesn't seem to matter. I will always be late. The rule is I have to be late. I don't know what's with that. Snacks, thank you for submitting your taxes. I'm doing well. How about yourself? It's good to see you. Admiral, thank you for submitting your taxes. Appreciate it. Okay. Let me catch you guys up to speed a little bit here. This is kind of the benefits of being here for the streams. You guys get to see what I've been working on. So, some of you might remember we did finish this, I think, last stream. So this is not new. But what is new is what's in here. I went to the Dark Oak Forest, and I got a whole bunch of Dark Oak logs. We may actually go and get more, and we may even try to go get some Pale Oak, actually. I also need tough, a lot of tough. So we may try to go get some of that as well. But our main focus for today is actually going to be down that way, because that'll be for the next episode, or maybe the one after next even. So I need to go ahead and have that dug out as early as possible. And then I do want to also build the entrance to this area at some point, but that's a future me problem, probably, more than anything. Also, music. There we go. Admiral is here early, only for a little while. Yeah, it's not gonna be long, I don't think. But it's good to see you guys regardless. Alright. I'm trying to think. There was another thing that there's been a few other things that I did today. I've been trying to get the next video recorded and edited before, the day it's supposed to come out. You know, try to get, at least not, maybe even not ahead, but just try to get, to a point where I'm not releasing things the day it comes out, or making things the day it comes out, because that's really stressful and feels very pointless in terms of effort, when I could just, you know, work at a normal rate. I'm also gonna fish for a little bit while the ads are running. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. Oh no. Admiral blessing us with his presence. You know, I don't know if I'd call it a blessing, but I'll take it regardless. Just waiting till you get leaked. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means, Bite Guy. I'm pretty good, a bit tired because I slept terribly, but my class went well today. I was late because my alarm didn't work, but I also spent an hour after class finishing up more code. Ooh, okay. What is your project? Like, what kind of code are you doing? I'm curious. Hello, Red Fishies. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. My great pleasure, good citizen. I'm sorry that you slept terribly though, Snacks. I know, I didn't really sleep super well last night either. I slept for a total of 5 hours. I woke up early today. Well, it was early for me. I only slept 5 hours though, because my mom was like, "Hey, I'm going to the doctor. I know you need to go too. You want to go with me?" So we both went, and it was pretty much pointless. We just kind of went in, we saw her, and she's like, "Yep, you're normal. Keep waiting. The specialist will get back to you. I promise." It is what it is. Doing game design, and the one we were doing this week was a 2D platformer, but made in 3D to learn the new Unity system. Okay. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Well, hopefully that's a fun class for the most part, and, you know, game design is one of those things. I find that it's useful everywhere. It's all about how you apply it in life anyway, but you can really utilize that everywhere, even if you're not, you know, building games. Although it sounds like you probably are going to be working on games primarily, which is awesome. Unity sucks. It's so buggy. I played a few games made with Unity. The reason most Unity games suck is because there's a lot of them. It's one of the most accessible game engines, and C# is a really easy language to learn. So you end up with a lot of crappy Unity mobile games and such. Generally speaking, though, the game engine itself is actually fine. And that's coming from somebody who hates Unity. But unfortunately, due to the fact that it is very widely publicly available, you get a lot of crappy products out of it. When I go to the doctor, I give the professionals medical advice. Exactly. That's what you gotta do. Show them how it's done. Although the last couple of times I've gone in there, I pretty well have just said what I want to do, and usually the doctor is okay with that. She's like, yeah, you know, that works. That makes sense. That's solid enough. Let's go up to the place. But personally, I'm partial to Godot, the open source game engine. It's my personal favorite, but Unity is more acceptable within the industry right now. And I find it, I think C# is a little closer to C++ than GD script is to C++. What will you do if your horse died? I would find another one. I already lost one horse to that spike right there, or it may have been that spike right there. I don't know. We both died, though. It was very tragic. So I guess I'd find another one. It's kind of sad. This one took me a while to find, so I don't know where the other two skeleton horses went. There was 4. Unfortunately, they're just kind of dying on me. Isn't a lot of big games made in Unity, like Silk Song, Untitled Goose Game, and I think a Pokemon game were all made in Unity? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, both Hollow Knights, I believe, were Unity. Like you said, Goose Game. Pretty much every indie game ever is made in Unity. A lot of people swear by Unity. I don't think it's a bad engine by any means. I actually think it's a really good engine. It's just dependent on your goals. I'm not a huge fan of their royalties that they take. I get they need to make money. That's just how Unity monetizes their product. They don't do it out of donations. They do it out of that being their product. So, that's one thing I don't like about it. Godot has won me over in that fact of they are open source, and so they take donations to build the game engine. And it also means that you can make your own tools for the game engine so that it's even better and does exactly what you need it to do. So for me, it wins a lot of goodwill for that, so that I look at it and go, you know what? I will throw money at you when I make a successful game so that you can have even more funding and we can build an even better engine. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hello, Jamaro. How's it going, dude? How's your stream? What are you guys up to today? Yagiza, welcome on in. Hello, hello. You guys are playing 7 Days to Die. Very nice. I had a friend who used to play 7 Days to Die a lot. Nutric TV. He used to play pretty often. We try not to die? Well, that's good. That's good. Death is not really all that fun. So, I'm glad. Hopefully you didn't die too much. I know the key word there was try. The key word there was definitely try. The news update, like the zombie camel, that's my pet. Oh, yes, the camel husk. That is a pretty cool mob. Cuphead might have been, not 100% sure. I'll check. It was. Yeah. Only 4 times. Okay. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. 4 times in the entirety of your stream, that's pretty good. I take it. Welcome on in, Raiders. So if any of you need to hop out, raid and run, I know it's getting a little later, especially if you're in the European areas. But we're just gonna be chilling today. I am digging some holes, so we put a hole over here, and we put a hole over here, but we're actually gonna be digging out this way and that way, and we should have a pretty sizable area. I do all this so that when I make the videos on YouTube, I don't have to take as much time-lapsing everything. I can just do the big digs on stream and then condense that down into like 2 minutes on a video. But I get to hang out with you guys, so it's a lot of fun. Nikita, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. 31 times total. GG's. Go get netherite. The reason I haven't done netherite is because I don't want to. Not yet. I'm intentionally playing slow. I want, I've been on this world for, I can show you guys. I've been on here for 1.5 days of real world time. I could beat the game. I've killed the Ender Dragon in 2 hours, from start to finish for a world. But rushing through the early game is kind of boring. I don't know, I just like to play Minecraft. So I'm building cool things, and I'm taking my time with progression, because you can only get netherite for the first time once. And, you know, that's a sad reality with a lot of worlds. 2 a.m. Oof. Go to bed, guys. Go to bed. I'm thinking of trying to use Godot outside of classes, essentially, since I'll need to familiarize myself with GD script to do so. Yeah, I'd recommend giving it a try. GD script is a little bit like Python if it had a baby with C, or I guess C#, really. It's kind of like C# in Python, but, you know, I like it pretty good. I have a book on Python somewhere. Nice. Almost 1 a.m. here in the UK. UK sucks. I mean, yes, but also rude. Dang. I'm from UK too, so I'm allowed to say it. Fair enough. It's one way to welcome new people. Just wanted to say hi. Love the latest video. Thank you, Casual Coder. I appreciate it. I put a lot of effort into the most recent videos, so they've been a lot of fun to make for the Forever World. I don't know which ones you've seen. We've had 3 Forever World videos now. I'm working on the 4th one right now, actually. I recorded an hour of it earlier today. I did all the time lapses yesterday, I think, or most of them. And then we're gonna be doing some more work today. Tonight I'll actually record like another hour, hopefully. I watched episode 0 and episode 1. Gonna watch episode 2 soon. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Means a lot. 8 p.m. here. Nice. It's just about to be 8 p.m. for me as well. It is currently 7:53 p.m. You're using Godot for Omnia, right? Yes, I am. Godot is my choice. It's I don't think anybody's done anything as big as Omnia with Godot, but I'm interested to try it. I figured if for nothing else, I can at least build tools to help make it even better. That's why I really went with Godot. The tools I need aren't really available on any one engine. Some engines do some things better, some do things worse, and some things do some of it all mediocre. So I was like, Godot has the best opportunity for me to custom build things if I need to. You know, Unity doesn't have the open-endedness that I need. Unreal Engine is really cool, but it's C++. I hate C++. And, quite frankly, sometimes it runs like crap. And, you know, like, I like Unreal Engine, but I need something that I can kind of also fine-tune at times. So Godot just seemed like a good option for me. I also agree with that, Snacks. Unity is pretty unoptimized. It's a good enough engine. Like, I don't like trashing anything necessarily, like outright, but it is pretty laggy. You gotta do a lot to keep it optimized, in my opinion. Too many humans, not enough cats. I can get behind more cats, definitely. Hello, Rift. Welcome on in. Welcome. I need to admit that I don't like Unreal Engine because of this engine. Every game looks the same nowadays. That's very true. Yes. Well, Unreal Engine has even made its way kind of into, like, Hollywood, which makes movies now look like video games. And, you know, there's something special about Unreal Engine being exclusive to the games industry and being exclusive to certain games. But I think everybody should try, not everybody, like, obviously an indie dev should not spend time building their own shader pipeline, but I think AAA studios should spend more time building their own shaders, because using out-of-the-box Unreal Engine has caused, like you said, it just makes it all look the same. Your art style is what sets you apart first and foremost for most gamers. Is there a reason why so many Super Mario Simulator games are out there? There's more than one? That's crazy to me. I guess it's a pretty relatable experience for a lot of people. I don't know, though. I worked at a supermarket once, but it wasn't an enjoyable enough time to make a game out of it. Let's see. With all the time you played Minecraft, have you ever hacked before? I've never downloaded a hacked client for Minecraft. The closest thing I have to that is, well, I don't have it on this one, but I do have an X-ray texture pack for modding purposes. Whenever I'm on a server that I have mod for, I usually end up having to turn on X-ray to see if other people are X-raying, and that's how I catch them. But it's not like I fly hack or anything, and I'm not X-raying all the time. I'm doing all right. Just finished making chicken and rice for dinner. Nice. We like eating. I like eating anyway. Well, I don't like eating. I don't know. I have a very complicated relationship with food. Not in, like, a bad way, but it's just, you know, sometimes I'm, like, really into eating, sometimes I'm not. Food is your friend. It's one of my few friends, that's for sure. How about you? I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired, but I'm chilling. We're hanging in there. We're just doing some digging today. Nothing too crazy. Can you get behind this? Hear me out more. Cat people, cat girls, and cat boys are great. That seems like more of a Gus question to me. I'm gonna defer that one to him. Did you see the stuff I sent you? Yes, I did. It sounds pretty good. Keep practicing and you'll only get better from here, you know? That's the big thing. Honestly, practice makes perfect with everything. I know for me, for example, like guitar. We've talked about that extensively, I feel like, but that's like the one thing I practiced a lot. That one, I mean, it took me years upon years before I ever got, like, what people would call good. And you're already doing pretty good with the vocals, so, like, I foresee you getting pretty far with that. And with the length of time that you're doing it, too, that's the big thing. I'm gonna go... I don't like that. Let's do one right here, okay? And then I'm thinking we're gonna turn it. To start going... Actually, you know what? No, wait. Hold on. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing there. I'll think about it. Free cam is a hack in a way. That's true. Like, technically, like, it does let me see caves. Like, I will fully admit that this could definitely be a hack. And it is banned on some servers. Some people do not let you use it. I don't use it to get into caves because I'm playing single player. I could cheat and say, like, aha, I'm going to dig right into that cave because I want to kill that creeper or whatever. But that's, like... I don't know. I don't want to, like, ruin my experience playing Minecraft that way. I passed on the question to Gus. I feel like he would have a good answer, personally. What's the free cam building mod that everyone uses? Probably Lightmatica, but free cam, you said it there already. Lightmatica is the one with, like, the holograms, so that you know where to place blocks. Which also has, like, easy place and, things of that nature. Anything in particular that stood out? I will say, on the recording, the music is a little loud, so it's hard to hear. But outside of that, like, you know, that's just... sometimes that has to just do with the equipment you have available to yourself more than anything else. You know, phones can only pick up so much sound at once, and so sometimes that means that other sounds don't get absorbed as well. But that's, like, really the only thing I can personally comment on, because I'm not well-versed in vocal training. So I wouldn't know what to pick up on. Passed on the question to Gus. I saw a short and explained how that mod is basically a hack client. It really is. Like, you can place blocks mid-air. Like, it is quite literally, like you said, it is a hacked client if you use it as such. Not as bad as X-raying, but it's kind of half X-raying, as you can see ores and caves. Yeah. X-ray is bad because you can just outright literally see every single ore, and you can see chests and things of that nature. But yeah, free cam, like you said, you could see like caves, and you go, okay, well, in this cave, I'm gonna just quickly find some diamonds for proof. Well, there's redstone, but I'm looking for diamonds, which are, I think I've already been down here. We're gonna clip this later. I'm gonna say I X-rayed. Where are the diamonds? I'm really bad at this. You guys couldn't tell. I can't find any diamonds. Dang it. I want to X-ray. Come on. I've probably missed a couple of diamonds already. Well, my point is though, you can see ores. Like, it technically is. It's not as, it's still more effort than X-raying, but it's pretty it's not. I personally wouldn't do it. Unironically, the perfect YouTube clip to showcase you X-ray. It's perfect. It's great. My issue is it's not loud to me. Fair enough. If it's quiet, I become quiet. Yeah. It is what it is. Free cam, place blocks in air, and some other stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you could do a lot just with those two. Although, I mean, if you're gonna go through the effort of cheating, I always say this, if you're gonna go through the effort of cheating, you might as well do it right. And I feel like so many people try to hide that they're cheating and then get banned for it anyway. And it's just kind of like, I don't see the point in cheating anyway. Like, if you're playing, like, say, Minecraft Bed Wars, for example, and you're gonna cheat, just do it. If you're gonna do it, do it. Don't try to pretend you're good. And just own up to the fact that you're cheating and you're gonna get banned. Like, that's just how it goes. But most people like to try to pretend and they don't even cheat very good and they still die. And it's kind of like, you know, I'm starting to think you don't understand why people actually cheat. You just do it to be a jerk. Like, imagine being so bad at cheating that you still lose. Like, that's wild to me, that people intentionally download things to their game to make themselves quote-unquote better than everybody else, and still they end up losing because they're that bad. Like, I don't know, if they spent the amount of time that they spent trying to find a hacked client that wouldn't give them a virus, and they spent that time instead on trying to understand the game, they'd be fine. Cheating on single player is fine as you're only cheating yourself, but don't do it on multiplayer. Exactly. Yeah, I could care less how people play in their own time on their own worlds. Like, for example, I've said it multiple times. If you feel comfortable with it and you don't care, there is no reason why you shouldn't just do /locate and locate a structure or a biome. Like, if you feel perfectly okay doing that, then do it. Like, it'll save you so much more time. I don't mind if somebody does that on their single player world. I don't even mind if somebody does that on multiplayer, so long as everybody that is on that multiplayer world also has the ability to do it. Or it benefits every multiplayer, or every person on the world, that is. It's gotta have some amount of trade-off, I would say. It can't just benefit one party, is really the big thing. Let's go and do one more. Okay. Pipe bomb attack, bruh. No, not the pipe bomb. I can't say that, I'm on YouTube now. There is something I was gonna say in response to pipe bombs, but I don't know how YouTube would handle it. Hey everyone, hello Voided, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated in Bed Wars once, turned on scaffolding and kill aura for fun, still lost. No. It's been a long time and I've never cheated since. Well, I'm proud of you. It takes a decent person to give up that, in all honesty. Because once you do it once, you're kind of like, eh, I'll do it again. I'll do it 1,000 times over. Like, once you've lost your dignity, it takes a lot more effort than most people care to admit to pick it back up. So I'm proud of you for leaving that behind. Cheating sucks. Like Nathan said, single player, you do what you want. Play Minecraft your way. But if you're doing like anything on a server, let people play the game. It'll be a lot more fun for you and them, I promise. I'm chilling, just got off work, gonna sit for a few minutes before I head home, gonna make bread for dinner. Ooh, bread. We do like some bread here. I actually have bread on my bed. I have bread on my bed. That's grammatically correct, yes, okay. I went out with my mom today, and, bread bed redemption. Why is there bread on your bed? You guys want to see the bread on my bed? Bread on my bed? No. I found the bread on my bed. Oh, that is... What? Where'd the butter come from? What the heck? She was so nice. Can we get bread bed cam? Bread. It's very dry now, but she gave me butter. I didn't know. So my mom and we went to Panera today. Which is, you know, it's a fine enough place. I like it, you know. And I do the pick two there. So you get a half soup and a half salad usually, or well, you get half one and a half another. And you know, I went with a half chicken Caesar salad and a half chicken noodle soup. Well, it comes with a piece of bread, but they've just forgot the bread. And so my mom asked the, I guess, dining room attendant. They're not really waiters, but they're just employees. Anyway, you know, she asked her, and she's like, hey, is this supposed to come with bread? She's like, yeah, do you want me to go get you some? And it's like, sure, I guess. She's like, well, which one do you want? I'm like, well, I mean, you gotta pick the baguette. That's the requirement. I didn't know, they'd never give me butter, ever. And she put butter in there. I feel so honored, dude. What the heck? Oh, hello. You could have killed me. That would have been bad. Okay, where's my torches? Are they supposed to give you butter? This is gonna be like in the back of my head the rest of the day. Why did I get butter? What did I do to deserve it? I'm happy. Bread bed sounds nice. Where do you keep your bread? We get bread bed cam. Yeah, I'll mount a camera up there to look at my bed. Why is it so bright in here? I didn't change the light bulbs, and this is fine. It stays the same now. But it is bright. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. And maybe some last minute menial resource grabbing before stream in the morning. Definitely resource grind. It's The amount of resources that I get off stream is a little stupid, but I don't do anything on stream. Like, we've been live for 30 minutes and all I've done is I've gone from here to there. So if you could get the resource grinding out of the way, then you can at least maybe make a little bit of build progress, which would be nice. Why is there bread on your bed? In my head. That makes me feel better. I thought it might have just had been a whole loaf on the bed. That would have been amazing. No buffer. Luke Cats, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I send my regards for your from the fox to your flock of chickens. Not my chickens, dude. Not my chickens. I have so many. It would be such a bummer if a fox came and killed them. I need to make sure the fence is built up a little bit more, because I don't know if they jump, but there's a few spots that I do worry about. I'm also gonna sleep quick. Resource grind, I can finally actually build our starter island. One day, you'll start the starter island eventually. I believe in you. I believe in you. Gus gave an answer, as long as one or two love King dearly. Absolutely. Well, I'm inclined to agree with him then, I guess. Stream froze. Oh no. I'm sorry. Hopefully it's not frozen anymore. Welcome. Might need to work on your puns avoided. The woes of collecting terracotta and skyblock and 2/3 of the group not being able to get on very often. Oof. Month into the server and we're only now getting the island built. I'm starting it tomorrow. I believe in you. Tomorrow's the day. Terracotta sucks though. I did do a little bit of that for... Did I do that for Elfie or did I do... Because we were doing... I think we started the terracotta for him once. But it may have just been clay. I'm trying to remember. I don't know how I feel about the sleeping sound effect. It's okay. I don't know either. The villager sound scared me really bad, but it caught me off guard when I made sounds too. It'd probably just be mud and or clay. Yeah, I think we made dirt, and then we turned that dirt into mud, and then I think he actually had us lay the mud out on the clay tray. But I never actually did anything after we laid the mud out. I didn't, like, pick up the clay. But I think he was intending for that to be made into terracotta at some point. I don't remember. It was a pain in the butt, though. That's all I remember. I'm gonna relaunch Twitch. All right, sounds good, Snacks. Thanks for popping in. We'll catch you when Twitch relaunches. When Twitch relaunches, we'll catch you then. Average length man. That is a really strange thing to say to me, but hello, Disconnected Films. How are you doing? Hi. Deeper, you say. Deeper is what I say. I have something I want to say about your mom, but I'm going to refuse to elaborate on that. Thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it, Coral. So out this way. All right. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe it's what the Famer Grove Mall is made of. I don't know, man. I don't know. I joined to something to say about your mom. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something because I I'm gonna keep getting distracted, and I need to build and dig. So over here's where our animals are gonna go. I'm kind of thinking this will be kind of our cow area. It'll kind of range from over here, and then we'll have like a little bit of a fence going from maybe here to here. And then back this way, you'll go through this hall, and this corridor will split into sheep pens and pig pens. Is there any other farm animals I'm forgetting? There's cows, sheep, chicken, pig. Okay, well, we got chickens upstairs. So, yeah, sheep and pig. So, we need to make 2 separate pens for them. And then what we'll do is this right here will start to go down. And it'll kind of go down and around. It'll curve out to, I guess, right about there is where I really want it to come out of. Because I want another... Well, that's going to kind of be weird. This is a really long stretch to do a bridge. Especially because I want to do the staircase here as well. What about a horse breeding zone? Ooh. I'm gonna have to save that one for later, I think, because I don't have a ton of horses out here, and I need to find fast horses in order to breed some good ones. But, I'm not saying it's impossible. Plus, it just gives me another thing to build a little later, so... If we don't want to put it there, then the only other option is we do a bridge down here from, like, here to there. So that could work. Otherwise, you'd have to take it down and curve it around to come out from there to there. I don't know, I know I want a second bridge because right now one is just gonna look very plain. So I know you want more than one bridge, otherwise it looks like there's only one thing going on here. 2 bridges, it looks like, okay, maybe there's an actual civilization here. Or at least that's my thought process. Take him out back. Think we as a chat need to unionize and kill our streamer. That's crazy. Probably. After that your mom joke, yeah, I deserve it. I won't lie. Hello, Amy. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I'm really sad, guys. I'm sorry. This is like kind of random, but it's very important. So I have this button here, right? I don't know if you guys can see that. That is a button. It came off of my jacket. And this jacket is really nice because it's got like really big pockets. And I'm really sad that the button fell off, and I can't get it back on. And I don't know what to do about that. I don't think there's anything I can do about that, but it makes me sad. I'm good. I have peanut butter noodles. Is this noodles made out of peanut butter? Is it noodles covered in peanut butter? Is it noodles that taste like peanut butter? Or is it I don't know what else it could be, I guess. The other ones are just kind of me rambling with nonsense, I think. What's got you sad? My button. Why are we turning them into bread? My IRL friend is going live. I'll see you later. Are they also turning horses into bread? Because if so, I want to see this process. I'm very curious. Noodles with peanut butter sauce. Ooh, okay. Wait, I've had that before. I made that. I made that one. Oh. My family for Christmas, we've done that a couple of times. Um, we've done that. We've done, oh, we've made all sorts of candies for Christmas, and I can't remember all of them now. I know fudge. We've done those. We've done, um, like peanuts covered in chocolate. Those are great. Chocolate covered peanuts are great. I fixed for you. I will like fast track it all the way to you. It was a gift for Christmas. Like it 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 was I to be fair, I wear it a lot. I've only had it for a month now, but it's got huge pockets, guys. Like I don't think you guys understand just how big these pockets are. But it's got massive pockets that are about that long. Alright? And they're about that deep. And they're split. So you have the front pocket, and then you got the back pocket. But it's doubled. So, yes, it's massive and long. But then you have that on the other side of the jacket, too. So you got 4 massive pockets in your jacket. Like, I'm trying to make sure you guys understand that I'm not exaggerating this, okay? I could put... What's the most crazy thing I could put in my jacket here? You ready for this? Like... Alright. This is a spool of plastic for my 3D printer. You ready for this? Like, here's my jacket. Like, it goes... It goes in, and I can just, like, put it away, and nobody would ever know. Like, I could go make bank if I went and shoplifted. Like, genuinely. And I have 4 pockets that can fit this. Now, the other pocket is, like, it's a struggle to even get your hand into there, but my hand is pretty deep into my jacket right now. I don't know if you can tell there, but it's in there. I could steal so much. Here. Here's the box that filament comes in. Like, you guys ready for this? All right. Like this pocket, just yoink. And it's mine. Nobody would know. Nobody would know. Is it stupid? Absolutely. I don't care. I've rolled up, like, you can... I don't know how many of you guys know how to Ranger roll. It's one of my favorite ways to pack things, because it's so compact. I could actually go to the airport and pack, like, probably 4 days worth of items all in this jacket. It's great. It's so, so great. What does one need all those pockets for? I don't know. I fit all my Christmas gifts this year in my pockets. Which admittedly isn't saying a ton. Like, I didn't get a ton. Like, I got these. This is my 2 microphones for, like, wireless miking. I need to record a video for that. And I got this Stream Deck, but the Stream Deck box fit in there just fine as well. I kept my brother-in-law's gifts in my pockets to give them to him. It's just big pockets, man. I love them. I love them so much. When the chickens are wearing diamond helmets and wielding enchanted diamond swords that cause fire, plus an enchanted shield that creates mending, the computer will probably lag. It's very possible. That sounds like a lot of entities with a lot of inventory items. The fox would probably run away in fear if it saw the chickens. I would. I would be very scared of chickens if that were the case. Bro, I'm sick. I hope you feel better soon, Coral. I know the weather and the temperature has not been very kind to people lately, so hopefully it has nothing to do with that, and it's just, unfortunately, you caught the cold or whatever, but I know where I'm at, in particular, the hospitals are absolutely slammed. So, hopefully it's nothing too serious for you, though. All the way to me, you don't even know where I live. I know, like... I remember Avid said something once, and I know you kind of live somewhere around there, so, like, I'll just guess. I forgot the spicy spice? The spicy spice? Which spicy spice? Like, I'm trying to think of what might be spicy. I was kind of thinking like paprika, but that's not spicy. But it's just something I know is a spice. I was about to, like, really sound white there. Like, we put paprika on everything, dude. Men's fashion for real. They all get all the pockets. Shaking my head. No freaking way does it fit. It fits. What else do you guys want to see, like, fit in those pockets? I could fit shoes. I wouldn't steal shoes, because... I wouldn't steal shoes, but if I wanted to, I could. I could say that much. What does one need all those pockets for? Everything. I could put everything in there. Every men's clothing pocket is huge. Why are you like this? I met this kid who could fit an iPad Air in his pants pocket. That is insane to me. That is so insane. Send me your jacket to fix, you'll probably get it back. I love that. Probably. I can't fit my phone in my pocket. No, I'm sorry. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm gonna be so real. If you wear women's clothing, I feel bad for you, only because of the pocket situation. Like, I don't think I've said this multiple times. I'm good. I wear skinny jeans, not because I want to, but because I have to. My body shape just needs skinny jeans. I hardly can fit anything in my pockets. Like, I imagine that's only a taste of what it's like to wear women's clothing, where it's like, yeah, pockets, what are those? Like, I understand why you guys wear hoodies and sweaters and all that, like, especially if it comes with like a pocket. Like, that, this instantly became my favorite jacket because of the massive pockets. Like, I respect you guys. I don't know what I'd do without my pockets. Pocket tax those pockets to the girlies. Top 10 out of context. Get a bigger pocket or a smaller phone. Bro, phones are only getting bigger. I'm so mad they don't make phones this size anymore, guys. Admittedly, this phone looks, like, really small. My hand is also really big. But this is like a... This is an iPhone 12 mini. You guys can look up the screen size. I don't remember what it is, what size that is. But I'm so mad they don't make phones this size anymore. It makes me so mad. I'm never going to replace this thing. I have to have this size. It's just... It's perfect. I stand by it. Never tried women's jeans on. You never know. I understand the struggle. You have Doraemon's magic pocket. I do. I have the biggest pockets. We need bigger pockets. I remember when phones used to get smaller, the smaller they were, the better. Then it turned the opposite way. Yeah, everybody wants a bigger screen. I don't know why. Bro, King could literally, or could genuinely just track me down, I think. Yeah, I know. Do I know your full legal name or just your middle and last? I think it's... I might know your full legal. I don't remember. That's always the danger. You don't know what I'll remember. You could tell me anything. What I may remember, though, that's a whole different story. But I know where you go to school. That's enough for me. That pocket could probably fit an elephant inside. Yeah, I could. You're giving me ideas, guys. I could go to like a pet store and ask to hold the puppies and the kittens, and then just load down my pockets. Make a break for it. Listen, I'm doing them a favor, okay? I am simply taking the pets out of their care to my care. I'm not paying some exorbitant adoption fee. I am doing the world a favor by taking on these animals. Like, I could easily fit... I could fit so many. About to be 101 Dalmatians in here. I'm just gonna, like, stick them all in my jacket, which just looks like pure void inside on the camera. I'm just gonna stick them all inside of the pockets, and then, you know, I've got the other pockets that I can stuff them down into, and I've got pretty decently sized chest pockets, too. We'd be set. We'd be fine. To be fair, I'm in one of about 7 to 10 cities on any given day of the week. So I just gotta camp out at one of them and hope that that's the one that you're gonna be in, right? Cayenne pepper. Oh, I see. You'd put that on your peanut butter noodles? I'd be interested how that would taste. I've never done it that way. I accidentally cut open my jacket's pockets, and now it's huge and technically not a pocket anymore. But it works great. Just need longer arms now. Hey, that's completely fair. I had a hole in my my jeans pocket, but like I said, they're skinny jeans. There's no risk of anything falling out of the pocket. It just made a really long pocket right down to my kneecaps, basically. Digging for things down to my kneecaps wasn't really a possibility, but, you know, one problem at a time. I respect cutting holes to make pockets bigger. His comments had me laughing so hard. Pulled it out of his pocket in the middle of the subway. Actually wild. But I have to, yeah. You listen to Linkin Park, crazy. I can't fight that. I can't argue against it. There's one thing women love, and it's dresses with pockets. If I wanted to get very rich, which I do, but if I wanted to get very rich, all I would do is just go into a career of designing dresses with pockets. Big fashion doesn't want you to know this secret. But if I designed a whole brand around dresses with pockets, and I could actually stop them from suppressing me, I could probably make $1 billion in a matter of time. They have to actually look good, though. I could do it. Trust. Not the 3 minutes ads, I'm sorry. You don't know my first, but certain people would probably tell you if you asked. I'm gonna ask... I don't know who would know, but I'm gonna ask everybody, and somebody will tell me. Prince incoming. It's gonna happen. It's gonna have to happen. I think the jacket is a black hole. On camera, there's not a whole lot there. It's actually fleece. Like, I don't know if it's showing very well, but it's not flat black. Like, it's got bumps to it. It's very fluffy and furry. Like, I like it. It's a very nice jacket. I highly recommend everybody get one. Guys, I have to keep myself from knitting for at least tonight because it is legit daggers when I try. Huh? Don't knit. Don't do it. Can confirm. Hey, King, I have an argument here. Helen Keller isn't real. I'll take the bait. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear the let's hear the argument here. Superman isn't real. Dagger's Rift. I totally didn't just mess that up. Don't tell Rift. Okay, I won't tell Rift. You got it. Superman isn't real, bruh. Nah, Superman. You can't just do that to me, man. Brenda Stone, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Swiftu, my favorite gambler. You know, Swiftu is a decent enough gambler. Spider-Man Israel, I see him at a theme park once. Oh, whoa, we are... There we go. I couldn't remember which key I had my cinematic camera set to, so I was like, whoa, I'm swiveling. We're good, though. There is no way a blind, deaf, and mute girl flew a plane, wrote 14 books, got a bachelor's degree, and even more things. I mean... You could argue that she would be able to understand language to some degree by Braille, okay? How she would learn to write books that people would then turn into other things, I'm not sure. Flying the plane, I could probably say there's probably an exaggeration there. Maybe she didn't fly the entire way. Maybe she only just flew it in a straight direction while holding onto the controls. Maybe somebody helped her fly the plane. I don't know. Bachelor's degree, absolutely could do it. Absolutely could do it. All you gotta do is, if you know Braille, which I'm sure if you're blind, that's a requirement. Nice thing about Braille is you don't gotta worry about being able to hear. Maybe she was an autopilot. I don't know the full story, honestly. But you, my dearest Clark Kent, is safe. Wait, question, what was the response to my Linkin Park comment? I got smacked with the ads right after. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I'm a little offended, but you're not wrong. I do fall into that group, I guess. Emo early 2000s music enjoyer wearing skinny jeans. What a novel idea, right? Fun fact, only blind and deaf people can fly planes. They have to be both blind and deaf. Well, I'm half of that. I'll let you determine which half I am. Is this a world or a realm or a server? This is a single-player world. It is my forever world, in fact. Gee, you met him? No way. I can't even fly a plane because you're not Helen Keller. Maybe she was an autopilot. According to the record, she used tactile sign language from another pilot in the plane to learn how to fly. I could believe it. I could believe it then. If the pilot basically said, I know she can't hear him say it, but if he or she, whoever the pilot was, if they just said 2 taps means pull up, then, uh, then, you know, that could be enough to get you to, like, a landing or whatever. King, did you catch the Grammys? I didn't even know the Grammys happened, bro. I'm gonna be so real. That happened this week, I guess, apparently. I want to knit. I don't know what to do with my time without knitting. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if, like, my hobbies weren't something I shouldn't do or couldn't do right then. I end up wearing skinny jeans because I don't like belts, and I'd prefer things to fit with my hips, even though they end up too short. I wear boots to compensate for the gap between my ankles and the hem of my pants. That's fair. I like boots. I don't necessarily wear them a lot, though. I could fit boots in my pocket. You guys want to see? I could do it. I could definitely... This could be a running bit. What could I fit in my pocket? Lego Master, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Appreciate you asking. I'm a big supporter of boots, though. I think everybody should wear boots. I am also with you, though. I don't like wearing a belt. I'm wearing a belt right now only because I'm out of the skinny jeans. Well, I'm out of the ones that don't have holes in the butt, and nobody wants a hole in their butt. Okay, that's that's my only statement I have on that one. Emmy, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. If I may, I have a question. Sure, hit me with it. I may have an answer. Wear men's pants, bro. They do not make 26 with 38 length men's jeans. Unless I go specialty, and at that point, I must get women's. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, as it is right now, I wear 30... I think it's 28 with 30 length. It may be a little bit longer length. I'm not entirely sure.
Hello there.
Lego Master, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But it's hard to find even my pants. I cannot imagine trying to find a 26-38. That would be crazy. Is this world a realm or server? This is a world. What's your favorite movie? Ooh. See, that's a really hard question. Because I have a lot of different types of movies that I like, and each one serves a different purpose. Princess Bride, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like... See, part of me wants to say, like, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, but you said movie, not movies. So I kind of want to respect the question by saying only one movie, but those two are at least, they're set apart, they're their own thing. You don't require a whole movie series like the whole MCU to watch it and enjoy it. It's just 2 movies by themselves, and I feel like it tells a very good story arc that I really, really like. But again, I also want to respect the question and what you said with movie. Otherwise, I would say, like, Star Wars. I really love Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. But in order to enjoy that movie, you need all of the other ones to really enjoy it, in my opinion. So, then that brings you to single movies. Like, I really like an underrated movie called Clouds. It's based on a true story. It's a pretty good one. Hacksaw Ridge, I watched that a couple weeks ago with my brother. We liked that one pretty good. I'm losing monitors. Uh-oh. See you later, Muffin. Muffin. I've never called you Muffin. See you later, Voided. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Go get your bread. Go get your bread. What do you think about 2000 Transformers? Love them. The Bayverse is great. I do like the Bayverse. Shia LaBeouf did a good job in those movies. And, you know, you can't go wrong with Megan Fox, okay? I said it. I meant it. Amen. Oh, man. I do like New in Town. I don't think I've watched that one. I'll have to add that to the list. Admiral and I have been watching a lot of movies, and we've been trying to pick up some here and there. One movie that I liked, it's a lesser known movie. I've been kind of on an Andrew Garfield kick. I try to watch, occasionally I just get into certain actors and I want to see more of their stuff. So I end up watching a lot more of that one person. So Andrew Garfield is somebody that I've been watching a little bit more of. And so I watched one movie that was kind of one of his lower rated ones. And it's mostly because it didn't have a great use of his emotional range. But it's called Breathe, which is about a guy who contracts polio. It was a really interesting movie. I don't know if I would have said it was like a great movie and it's a must-see, but it was pretty good. Would you like to hear a joke? I would love to hear a joke. You watch them together? We tried to. I watch a lot of movies on my own. I'm gonna use your mind design for my base. Bet. Go for it. You can go for it, my dude. Hello, Willow Remix. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I've got a pretty big mind, but we're gonna keep digging before long. I'm just yapping at this point because I would rather yap than actually do anything. Admiral plays on his phone for most of the film. Admiral has a habit, as soon as the ads pop up, even if it's just for a minute and a half, he opens up his phone and he starts watching Instagram. He says he doesn't have a problem, but I think he does. Like, genuinely, the second the movie cuts to black and it hasn't even said that there's an ad break happening, he knows. He's memorized how long the black screen is there for before the ads pop up. And he's already got his phone out. He's ready. And then he's sitting there watching all these memes come across. Can't get off that Instagram, dude. Admiral knows I'm talking about him at this point. He can probably hear me through the wall. What about Tick Tick Boom? I've not actually seen that one, funnily enough. What's the skeleton's favorite snack? I don't know. What is a skeleton's favorite snack? I have to deal with zombies for Project Walker. Project Walker. Project Walker. That sounds vaguely familiar. Look up Project Walker mod on Minecraft. Okay, bet. Project Walker. Almost a million, well, not almost a million, but 800,000 downloads on CurseForge. Okay, that's probably why I've heard of it. Oh. Oh boy. Okay. Step into a world reclaimed by nature and overrun by the undead. In Project Walker, survival hinges on your ability to scavenge for resources, fend off relentless zombies, and navigate abandoned structures teeming with danger. Very nice. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Pretty cool. In my opinion, anyway. Spoken about regularly. I've heard of it, but I've actually never seen it before. So that's my first time actually knowing what it is. Ba, 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 ba. Sounds like a problem. It's a problem. Wait, Admiral is related to you. Am I who knew not to know this, or just deaf? So I am deaf. Good to know. No, I'm in you, Admiral. Yeah. Admiral and I are brothers. He is my younger brother. That I have to deal with, and he can get infected. Oof. Well, don't get bit. Do not get bit. Spare ribs. That would make the most sense. I was trying to think. I'm like, I was like, nothing, because they can't eat. But then I was like, that's a pretty lame joke. But I could see it also being the joke. And then spare ribs would have made sense. Oh, I want ribs now. Me too, dude. Like a nice smoky flavor with some sweet sauce. I don't know about you guys. I prefer sauced up ribs. I know some people they like dry ribs, but I like mine sauced. I have a book with hundreds of jokes in it. Oh, nice. How much is a rack of ribs? Depends on where you're at. And I guess probably the time of year too. I don't know. You're about gonna find out. All right, sounds good, Emmy. Good luck. Just the meat. Okay, gotcha. Not cooked. That is a good point. It's probably a little cheaper. Probably a little cheaper to do it yourself, I would suppose. Ooh, okay. There's another movie I watched, or Lego Master, another good movie that a lot of people don't talk about that I think is pretty good anyway. It's called Dear John. Okay. Now you might be thinking, like the Taylor Swift song. It is titled like the Taylor Swift song, but it is not about the Taylor Swift song. It's got Channing Tatum in it, okay? It's already a good movie because of that, right? And it's about this guy who goes off to war, and he's trying to balance that plus the life that he's living in the States while he's off at war. And it's actually a pretty good movie. I think it is anyway. It all kind of depends on what movies you're into, though. Like that's one thing that I find is it makes it hard to pick one favorite. For me, is like it just depends on the mood I'm in, truthfully. Do want to hear another bet? Hit me with it. Do 14 for £4. That's not too bad. Besties, it's 3 a.m. Don't make me hungry. Oh no. Yeah, I probably shouldn't make you hungry. That would be a little bit mean, wouldn't it? Willow, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. The Last of Us. I take it you're a zombie fan then. Hermit. Alright. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes, please. I need to swallow my throat a little bit more so that I can sound a little bit more Kermit-y. You can do better than that. Rip off Kermit by Matt. Who? What? I don't know who that is, but okay. My channel is almost all Minecraft. We like Minecraft. Matt Vogel is the new Kermit. Well, that's pretty sad, because I thought I did a better job than that new Kermit as well. Voice and puppeteer. Well, he might have me be on the puppeteering part, but I feel like that part can be a lot more trained than the voice, because they did not pay him enough money. No, they didn't pay. They could have paid me less money, probably. And I would have done just as good of a job, if not better. But they could have probably paid just about any voice impressionist off the street, and they could have done a better Kermit the Frog impression. Oh well. Maybe they're just trying to find a new voice entirely. Who knows? Bippity boppity breathing is now a conscious activity. That is, quite evil of you, truly. But, you know what? Yeah, no, that's pretty evil. I don't like breathing. I don't like breathing manually. It's not my, favorite activity. Sorry, no, you're okay. I was just joking. Amethyst? Wait, is there amethyst down there? Oh, there is amethyst. I didn't notice there's amethyst. Hmm. Oh, I don't have a respiration. I should probably be careful, shouldn't I? Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Reg is blind confirmed. I'm pretty blind, yeah. I'm trying to remember just how blind I am. I seem to remember being on the borderline where the doctor said, like, if I were much more blind, I probably couldn't, I could probably fall within legal limits of being, like, being blind. I think he said, like, was it 2200 or something like that? Hang on, let me, Google that just to make sure. "2200 vision means you see at 20 feet what someone with normal vision sees at 200 feet, indicating significantly impaired distance vision, and often qualifying as legal blindness in the US if it's the best corrected vision in your better eye. This poor acuity makes daily tasks difficult, but glasses or contacts can sometimes improve it, though many with 2200 vision rely on vision aids or rehabilitation services for tasks like driving, reading, and recognizing faces." Well, my glasses do correct to 2020, or at least they used to, or they probably don't really anymore. But without glasses, it is 2200, and you won't really be able to see how thick they are because they're not like super thick script, but they are thick enough that they don't stay within the frames exactly. I don't know if you can see very well where it's warping there, but the glasses do poke out of the frames just a little bit. I can't even read the chat right now. I cannot read the chat. That is how blind I am. And that's because of distance. That's not even because of how close I am. That's because of distance. It sucks. It really sucks. Like, I can barely make out your guys' names, but it's because I know your names, and I know what color they are. So, Nikita, if I squint, where's the dead or alive bet? We need it, we do need it. Emmy says, "Oh my goodness, Reg. Willow, you're saying I got to head to bed because I got school tomorrow. Good night, Willow. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it." Blinking is manual as well. Breathing is no longer conscious activity. I have 2040. 2040, dude, I wish. I wish. How many fingers am I holding up is a wild statement. Chicken Charles, hello, welcome on in. I wouldn't be able to tell without my glasses, unless I squint, and even then it's not... It looks like... I know it's 2, but I could see how I could think it's 1. That's not Swiftu, but Chicken Charles. Those are thicker than my grandma's. There's a really bad joke I want to make there. I'm not gonna, but yeah. I've got some pretty thick frames. So my 20 feet is the same as you guys at 200 feet, if you see normally. That's how blind I am. I was so blind that when I took my learner's permit test, I don't know how it is in other countries, so I'll go and explain the process here. You have to study the book with all the rules of the road, so all the state laws for driving, and then you gotta go take a written test where they test your knowledge, and I think you gotta... My specific state that I was in at the time, I think you had to get, you needed to pass with an 80% on a 20-question test, so you needed to get 18 questions right. No. Yes? Suddenly I can't do math. I'm sorry, I'm focusing on too many things. No. Yes. Anyway, the point was, once you pass, though, they take you over to a sign test so that you pass that. If you can pass the road sign test, then they give you this little piece of paper, and then you take that up to the DMV, and then the DMV says, hey, we're going to mail you this piece of plastic. In the meantime, here's another piece of paper. Don't lose it. And then you can go practice driving, and then eventually you can get... Eventually you can get your license so that you don't need to drive with an adult in the car. Well, I went to go do the sign portion of the test, and I bombed it. Not because I got the signs wrong, but because I couldn't see the signs. I got down to the signs, and she's like, okay, can you, like, what do you see? I'm like, okay, well, there's a speed limit sign. And she's like, what does it say on there? I'm like, it says 20 miles per hour. Like, try again. I'm like, okay. 30 miles per hour? We'll come back to that one. Like, oh. Okay. Pretty bad. Okay, whatever. We get over to the, I never know what to call them, but, like, the turn signs where, like, it has arrows on them telling you which ways you can turn. I couldn't see, like, those signs very well. 16 sounds more correct to me. Because with 20 questions, each of those questions would be worth 5%. So 16 times 5 would be 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Nikita. You're right. Skitty, welcome on in. Hello. You cannot join anime artist, unfortunately. Fortunately for me, it is a single-player world, but unfortunately for all you guys, you unfortunately can't hang out on this one. They ended up passing. I did not end up passing. Unfortunately, they were like, hey, you're blind. And I'm like, oh, I'm blind. And my mom was like, oh, he's blind. Fun fact, I had just went to go see the Grand Canyon like a week before that. Maybe 2 weeks before that. I didn't see squat. I did not see the Grand Canyon. I saw, like... I saw what I thought was the Grand Canyon, but, you know, I saw probably, like, not even a fraction of what it actually looked like, because my 20 feet is 200 feet. So, you can imagine how beautiful it probably could have been had I known I was blind. Because I'm so blind, in fact. This is something not a lot of people realize. But when you look at a tree, if you can see normally, you could probably make out each of the leaves individually. I thought every tree was just supposed to look like a blob of green until you were really close. When you look at a wall that's made of bricks, I thought, like, oh, it's supposed to just look like a red wall. No, you can actually see each brick. When I'm 20 feet away, it's 200 feet away. I've been playing at a disadvantage this entire time. I didn't know. Turns out, like, I'm very blind. And, that was something that took a while to get used to, was actually being able to see. Like, just... it's things that you wouldn't think of. Like, I remember when my mom went to take me to go get my glasses, because we basically went as soon as we could to go get glasses for me, because we didn't know that I was blind. And we went and looked, like, all... well, I went and looked everywhere as soon as I got them. Because it was, like, the second time I ever had my eyes dilated. So I had to have my mom read the menu to me. Because usually I could make out it well enough. Like, we went to go eat after they dilated my eyes for the appointment. And, like, I could usually make out a sign well enough, but I always struggled reading it. I just thought that was normal, though. But I couldn't do it when I was wearing sunglasses inside and stuff. So she had to read the menu to me, which was, like, really embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, everybody needs somebody to lean on or something like that. And then after I finally got my glasses, like, she's driving me home, and we're driving on the highway at, like, a nice 70 miles per hour, and I'm like, huh. And I'm just, you know, looking up at the sky, and, like, there's a cloud up there. I can see it in great detail. I can see, I can actually see people's faces, from farther than, you know, 10 feet away. I can see, the bricks in the walls and the leaves on the trees, and I can see houses out beyond, like, what I used to be able to see. It was absolutely mind-blowing to me. I didn't know I was blind until I was 16, pretty much. 15, I guess. Which was, you know, that was over half of my life at this point right now. Gonna say, did they not care about you not seeing? But I guess they did. Yeah, they did. Unfortunately. You missed out, I think. I've never seen it. From my understanding, I did miss out. I will have to go back out at some point to go see it. But I've seen a lot of other beautiful things now. kind of help make up for it a little bit. I'm joking, my grandma is legally blind. Well, I'll take it. I can at least see better than your grandma right now. Yeah, headache, I might. I actually might. Thankfully, I never had that issue, but my rapid myopia has affected everything else. I can relate. I have like negative 26 vision in both eyes and slowly getting worse. Oof. That's not fun. That is really not fun. That does suck. I know my eyes have gotten a little worse, but I don't know how much. I was supposed to go get my eyes done. Well, I was supposed to get them looked at like last year, I guess, and my insurance decided they were gonna drop vision coverage. So I just didn't go. But I do need to go find somewhere cheap to go get it done again. Because I do need glasses. Have you ever tried contacts? Wait, what's your prescription? I don't know my prescription off the top of my head. I've not tried contacts. I've always thought glasses frame my face better. I think I look better in glasses, and I've been told by various women that I look more attractive in glasses. Although they've also said I look more attractive in a hat. I don't know about that personally. That's just what I've been told. I actually don't. I don't like wearing hats. I like wearing hats at times, but I don't like wearing them all the time. But my prescription, I know I have corrective lenses that correct from at least 2200 vision to 20/20 vision. I don't know anything beyond that, truthfully. I need to log in and get that last checkup from my doctor, though, because that is some important information to really keep, I would say. I don't even remember who did my vision last time, so I need to go get that. I need to look that up again and pull up the prescriptions on that. There's something for that. I'm pretty sure either like glasses or contacts that make the edge blurry so your eyes stop growing. That's interesting. That is... I could... Yeah, that's really interesting. I never thought about that. Like, I don't know, I'm not an optometrist, so this is news to me. Similar situation of not knowing till later in my life. If we didn't catch it when we did, there's a good chance I was gonna be blind by the end of high school. And this was caught a couple of years before high school. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys caught it. Because being blind, I could not imagine. It sucks that it's gone as long as it has, and it's gotten as far as it has. I just said the same thing twice. It sucks that it's gotten as far as it has, and that it will probably get worse. But it's good that you guys caught it, and we're at least able to slow it down. Exists still within limits. Eye drops is usually the main thing to slow it down for people who don't have that option. That's fair. Hello, Copper. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I look better without glasses, low-key. See, I've thought it's very interesting. It's okay. It's very interesting to me. For me, I'll let you guys see again. I think I just look better with glasses. There's just no way I could ever look better without glasses, in my opinion. I know some people probably will disagree with that. I just can't foresee it. I can't. I need glasses. It frames my face so much better. I've got more glasses. I used to have really thick frames, but these, like, they make me look much more adult-like than my last set of glasses. Like, they were thick frame. I'll have to pull them out at some point for you guys, just so you can see them. But they were big. Well, they weren't like... They were thick frames, but they weren't like big lenses. So it wasn't like I was able to see a ton. Why didn't the cactus get invited to hang out with the mushrooms? I don't know why. I've got one, but I can't say it because that word is not appropriate. He wasn't a fungi, dang. Not the fungi, man. It is something I'm trying soon, but it's again new and only for glasses as far as I know of. That's fair. Definitely worth a shot. Face reveal on Discord, nah. I don't blame you. If you guys can keep any semblance of privacy, please, you should do it. What do you call a T-Rex that sells guns? It's gonna be something about arms dealer, and if it's short arms dealer, I'm gonna be so mad. Is it short arms dealer? I don't know. It's just small arms dealer. Yes! Yes! I love it. I love it. What am I doing? We haven't dug a single... Well, we've dug a little bit, but not much. So, let's dig a little bit. I don't want to dig. I want to do nothing. That's what I want to do. Would you guys do nothing with me? Continue chatting with us. I should be chatting with you guys while I'm digging, but I really suck at that. I can't multitask. I don't think I'd look good in contacts, though, to finish that thought. Oh, hello. I think... Oh. I think, what was I gonna say? Oh. A lot of people who I've heard say they don't think they look good in glasses or they look better with contacts. I almost always end up disagreeing. I won't lie. I'm trying to remember. I had one friend who insisted endlessly that she looked better in contacts. But she had never actually worn them around me. She only wore glasses around me. And I was like, I can't see it, but we'll see. She comes back around another time and actually brings contacts. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't see it. I'm like, you are a glasses person through and through. She still wears contacts to this day, but I think she looked so much. I don't want to say like better, because that makes it sound like she looks bad without glasses, but I think she looks better with glasses. I convinced Kit to put on glasses on stream. I think she looks great in glasses. I stand by that. Fun fact, she wears contacts. That is like a very little known fact. I didn't know for the longest time. But that threw me through a loop. What time do you usually do your live? I usually go live around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I should just say Eastern time because it changes whenever daylight time comes in. But 7:30 Eastern time on Tuesday and Thursday, and then sometimes there's a Saturday stream or Sunday stream. Sorry. But that's kind of been few and far between. If you ever want like updates on the schedule and you have Discord, I would join the Discord. That's the best place to get that stuff. I just joined. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Emmy. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. I forgot, but did come as a shock getting new Linkin Park stuff with the things I sent. Oh, like the From Zero stuff. That was awesome. I wasn't expecting it, but I definitely wasn't complaining. I very much enjoyed new Linkin Park as well, so it's always a joy to hear it. Okay, we've got a problem there. How do I want to address that problem? Well, what we can do, and what I will do, is we'll go that way. So we'll split it like... I am going to cheat a little bit here. Okay. So this is all water, so we can't go into that. But what we can do is we can kind of dig a little bit out this way for a pocket, and then I'll dig out this way for another pocket. And then we'll dig this down and around. We'll figure that one out. Whoa, it's purple. I just love my science teacher. What did your science teacher do to make you love them? I'm curious. I gotta ask. Guys. I have a slight confession. I don't know if any of you guys caught it. I forgot about Waffle Wednesday. I was gonna let it just slip past you guys and just pretend that I didn't forget. But I know it's wrong. I forgot Waffle Wednesday. So I will make up for it. I may post a waffle tonight even. If I remember and I'm hungry. But... Waffle Wednesday. I apologize. I do. I messed it up. I have contacts, but my prescription isn't that bad. How bad is your prescription, Coral? I'm curious. Or how good is it, I guess? Okay. Use Sponge and Ocean Monument. I have seen only one Ocean Monument in this world so far. And I'm not quite ready to take it on. But I do want to eventually go get some sponges and do some water-based projects. I think that would be fun. She gave me a 0 for an assignment I know I turned in. My name was on it, I'm pretty sure. Sounds like you gotta talk to her then. If you can at least find it, maybe you can go, maybe, just maybe there's a chance. But, good luck. I wish you luck. From Zero's Goods. Also, the 13-ish second scream I did for Heavy's the Crown was not expected. I had fully confidence and I was gonna flub it mentally. Hey, I'm impressed then. Usually it just takes a lot of confidence to even get close on that stuff. So the fact that you didn't have a whole lot of confidence that you were gonna nail it makes it just that much more impressive, in my opinion. Go this way. I sent her an email. I think she got the assignment with my name on it. I think she has some other issues with the assignment. And I'm waiting to see if it's going to be something stupid. I see. Well, good luck. Teachers can be a little bit of a pain, just like students can be. So hopefully it's something easy to fix, though, and she can explain it and maybe hopefully change her mind. At the very least, bump it up to a passing grade and not 0. Because a 0 is just kind of crazy to me. I can't imagine doing a 0 unless literally you just didn't submit. If you, like, actually legitimately did not submit a project, I would mark it 0. But if you, like, submitted something, even if it was just all wrong, I would give you 10% just for trying. For putting something in there rather than just outright nothing. What's Waffle Wednesday? Waffle Wednesday is where you Wednesday the waffle. No. Well, Waffle Wednesday is where I post a picture of a waffle in my Discord. Usually it's a waffle I'm eating. There's a lot of bad jokes I was gonna make. I am going to refrain. I'm like full of things today, apparently. But I forgot to eat a waffle on Wednesday, so I didn't post it in the Discord, and it's now Thursday, so I'm late, unfortunately. But I'll get around to posting it, hopefully. I'd like to post tonight. Oh, what am I doing? We need to move those bushes. Classic student-teacher dynamic. I still can't escape it in uni. Oh, no. Yeah. I hear that's a common thing, which shocks me. But I've heard it from multiple people, so I know it's not just like some people just really suck. It's a common enough occurrence, which is sad. I've never had the issue, but I was also homeschooled, so like I didn't have to worry about that. My parents never really were that way with me. And when my parents gave up on teaching me and sent me to the computers, it wasn't that bad. Like, I did just fine. Also, the computers couldn't argue with me if I got it exactly right. Now, on the inverse of that, I could only get it exactly right. But that was only in math, so it's kind of like math. It doesn't matter if you're close in math. You have to be exact, otherwise it's otherwise, like, what are you even doing in math? Like, you better hope you're right. You just better hope you're right. I didn't read your chats. I'm sorry. How could you forget? You suck. How could you? I know. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Don't worry, before I knew I was dyslexic this one time, I once ended the year with a 16% in language arts. Oh, Coral. No. I hated language arts growing up. I could not imagine doing it with, like, dyslexia. Like, I might have a very mild form of it, but it's not bad enough that it ever messed me up in school. So I just really hated language arts. Nowadays, I actually kind of like it, but I haven't done it in forever. It's been a very long time since I last did any form of writing. Ow. What are we reading here? Not even a hard assignment. It was 80 questions, and it was A through D, and you had to Google the answers. Like, there's no way, firstly, I got every single one wrong. Like that one Miles Morales scene where they were like, the only way to get 0 is if you know all the answers. So, like, surely I got at least a 20. I would say at least 20, yes. But the only thing I can think of is she just thinks that you didn't ever submit it because your name wasn't on it or something, which you'd think she would look through it and see the list of people who didn't submit and that she has one without a name and kind of go, I wonder if this is him. I'll ask. But instead, just no, you get marked for a 0. Kind of crazy. I'm my teacher's favorite because I have a high school grades. I want to be treated normally, but bro, if I did not do my activity, she'll just say I'll take care of it, but if others miss, she'll fail. Dang. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, there's a lot of people get really mad about, like, the whole, like, they'll call you teacher's pet or whatever. I don't understand why that's such an insult. Or why it's viewed as such an insult, because, like, I'm sorry. Yes, I am going to absolutely become a teacher's pet. I want a good grade. I'm going to do the class projects. I'm going to submit everything on time. I'm going to do everything in my power to sway the grades in my favor. I don't know why teacher's pet is seen as such an insult. It ain't that bad. Very simple solution, build a time machine. I should just build a time machine, you're right, my bad. Ghostface, welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes, I appreciate it. I haven't submitted my taxes in a long time, it's alright. Everybody forgets sometimes. I forget a lot of the time. I only remember because Nathan's here to remind me. Like, the second Nathan does it right at the start, I'm like, oh yeah, taxes, great, my bad. My science teacher likes me. She just knows I can do really good and then can do great, so she pushes me a little harder, I feel. That's fair. She's a good teacher then. It just sounds like maybe, possibly, this was maybe a slight not oversight on her part, but I don't know. She'll probably be reasonable, though. I think she'd hate to give you a 0. Just because your name wasn't on the paper or whatever. I don't know. I don't know her, so can't really say that with certainty. Especially since I'm doing terrible in science. Well, my standard of terrible, dang. Your standard of terrible is like anything underneath 90%, probably. I got a 60 for a test grade on a 1-pager because I rushed it to work on YouTube. Hey, that's... I'm not saying you're right, but I'm not saying you're wrong either. Like, I get it. YouTube is YouTube takes priority sometimes. I am just kidding, of course, guys. If you do YouTube and you're in school, make sure to do your school as well. It's very important. Yeah, I have an 80, but I had an 85 before she put the 0 in. Dang. Yeah, well, one thing's for sure. You should almost definitely have more than a 0. Or, well, you should have a little higher than an 80. Whenever she changes your grade. I do not foresee her not letting you make it up. That would just be wild to me. Not my teacher's pet. Teacher's pet is just like most people's way of saying teacher's favorite. At least that's the vibe that I get. People hate you just because you're actually obedient. It's like crazy. Wild. I remember like when I was a kid, this was a very common thing. People were mad at you if you went if you were actually followed the rules. Like other kids would be mad at you because you wouldn't break the rules with them. It's like, why are you so edgy? Why do you think we need to break the rules at every possible turn? Like, why can't you just follow directions? And then I look at my generation and I realize, yeah, maybe we should have actually possibly intervened on that a little earlier. Gen Z's got some they've got some problems. This whole situation just reminded me of my circuits professor who took 4 points off per part in a short 2-part question. That one was 17 points because I had my decimal point off by 1 digit, bruh, in an exam. That is wild. 4 points off per part in a short 2-part question. That's wild. Someone asked me for an answer for like 1 or 2 questions, and I always wonder if she did it because of that. If she did and doesn't change the 0, my mother's gonna crash out on her. Yeah, she shouldn't punish you. She should punish the person who used your answer instead of their own. Like, that's not your fault. And I also will because if someone has a computer with infinite knowledge and still can't find the answer and has to turn to me to find it, that's just a bad assignment on their part. AI generates them, which is half the reason I contacted the governor about this AI issue. Fair enough. I respect that. I think if you're going to use AI to generate your material, at the very least, you should check it, and you should know enough to be able to pass your own test. Like, I don't expect a teacher to know everything about everything. But, you know, when I'm taking a math class, and I have a math teacher teaching me math, I fully expect that math teacher to at least be able to teach me whatever I'm learning at that moment. Whether that be calculus, trigonometry, geometry, algebra, you know, whatever. If they can't do it themselves, then I fear that I will not pass that class. And it may not be my fault this time. AI taught math is the last thing the world needs. We will never get math done if AI is teaching it. I go to the source for the problems to make sure nobody has to deal with this crap in the future. I respect that. I respect that. Ew. I am like crashing hard, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna go cast the fishing line like 3 times, I think, and then I'm gonna have to end stream. So I'm like, my mind is blanking hard. And I still have to record a whole video tonight and hopefully get most of it edited, because I'm trying to make up for the work I didn't get done yesterday. But I really do want to get ahead. I set up this month's schedule to be just perfect, so that I could hopefully get ahead. And I don't know if I will get ahead, but I'm really trying. I also need to fulfill some promises. So, like, hopefully King SMP Season 3 will have all of its stuff wrapped up. I need to finish, oh. Hello, lovebirds. I need to finish that up. I need to do some more stuff for Omnia, my video game that I'm working on. I need, oh, what else do I need? I need something else. I have some other promises that I need to uphold, like the 12-hour stream. I might try to do that on President's Day, but I can't guarantee anything. We'll see. Also, like, little angry mini rant that I might have. I don't know if it's gonna be a rant or not, but can I just, like, explain how stupid the medical system is? So, I went to the doctor today because I have not gotten any phone calls regarding the referrals that were put in 2 weeks ago. And then to get my blood work results. Blood work came back fine. I already saw that online, so it wasn't a surprise. But they can't really do anything with my referrals until it's been a month. But the thing about the referrals is you only get a phone call, and then they ask you to schedule then. So they're gonna wait like a whole month to eventually get to my referral, which just means my primary care physician says, hey, my patient needs you to look at them. And then they're gonna schedule you out like a month or 2 in advance because they're that backed up for some reason. And then you go there once, and they're gonna tell you, hey, we don't have all the blood work we need for this to see you today, so we gotta go send you to go do that instead. Come back in 2 to 3 weeks. And then you go back again, and they're like, okay, looking over everything, this is what we think, but we need to run more tests, so you need to go do these things. Come back in 2 to 3 weeks. And then you go do those tests, you come back 2 to 3 weeks, and they're like, okay, that didn't come back with anything, so we're going to send you to more tests for come back in 2 to 3 weeks. Before you know it, half the year's gone, and you still don't have any answers. And the biggest hang-up was the phone call for them to schedule you in the first place. And it's just wild to me. Like, that's the hang-up, is the fact that they can't even call me. I would feel like that would be the easiest part for them, is they have a list of referrals. You'd think that would just be like somebody's job at the desk, is to just go through referrals, take them, and put them on the schedule. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Like, maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing that makes this make sense, but it's not making any sense to me. So I still haven't gotten a phone call for any of my referrals, if you guys couldn't tell. I mean, I've dealt with these problems my entire life at this point, so it's kind of like, you know, whatever. What's another 2 weeks? And eventually I'll just suck it up and probably call them. But, it's wild to me that they can't get me in. Like, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, Merca. Unfortunately, that's true of everywhere, though. Like, most places, like, most countries, the wait list is crazy. I remember one of my friends in Canada, said that their wait list for one of the specialists they needed was, like, over a year. And it was like, bro, what are you supposed to do? Well, you're supposed to wait. that's your option. You don't really get to do much else there. You just gotta wait. And like I respect that to a certain degree. Like I get it. That's just part of life, I guess, is waiting. I'm a regular. That's crazy. I just now saw that was good. But it's just mind-blowing how long that takes. I mean, I almost had to wait a whole year to get into the genetics. I ended up opting for telehealth because it was the only way I was gonna actually see a doctor in a reasonable time manner anyway. For me, it's like game on what the issues are. Fair enough. Yeah, for me, right now, I think it just has to do with the fact that all of the hospitals are pretty slammed. And where I'd be going to, I believe they do have some of that at the hospital, but I don't know that to be 100% true. So it could be partially because of that. An all hands on deck sort of thing. I don't know. And it just very well may be that they're intentionally being slow to hope that I'll cancel on them, which is kind of scummy, but whatever. At least you can say they're not trying to prey on my money, right? I don't know. Depends on where you live, always does. That's true. That's very true. You have any suggestion on how to get more views? You know, the truth I can give you here is no. I don't. It depends on what content you make. I would say make content that you are proud of. And try to make every video, every short, every live stream, whatever you do, try to make it a little bit better every time. So watch your content and pick one thing to improve the next time you make it. So in the case of like videos, my last video, I wasn't really happy with the progress I made in that episode. So, this episode is going to be more heavily focused on progress. And I'm trying to improve that a little bit. Try to figure out how I can do more progress in one episode so that it's a better video. Feels more satisfying to watch. Sometimes you're also just at the mercy of the algorithm, which I don't like to say because the algorithm is just about getting your video to the right audience. But sometimes the algorithm doesn't know who that audience is for yet, and so it just sends it randomly, and then it dies, you know? I posted 2 shorts in the last 48 hours. My short posted yesterday. It got 34 views, I think. Not very much. My short I posted out 12 p.m. today, so almost 10 hours ago, has, I think, 20,000 views now. Why? I don't know. But it just... there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it. YouTube just decides to trust you more one day. So the best advice I can give you, keep making quality. Eventually audiences will find you because YouTube gives it to you. And you'll have a big amount of content for them to watch that when they stumble upon you, they'll be able to binge you, and then YouTube will recommend even more of your stuff. That's like the best thing you can do. If you get like only 10 views on each video, but they're the best videos you could ever make. One day when one of your videos gets 1 million views, and let's say even just 1,000 of those people go on to watch another video, they may end up watching another video after that, and another video after that. And as long as each of those videos are made as good as they can be, you'll create some long-time fans because of that. It's hard. It's really hard. I won't tell you to not care about the numbers because I suck at that. I'm gonna be really depressed when I look at my next short performance, because I'm gonna post another short probably on Saturday, if I had to guess. Maybe even one tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't made one for tomorrow, but I might. It very well could end up being that it flops. Maybe doesn't even get any views. And I'm probably going to be depressed, because I just came off of a 20,000 view high. That all said, though, I'm still going to keep creating because that's all I can do, you know? The shorts that I make are pretty good. That's why I got 226 subscribers in one day, but the reach is not good. I see. Okay. So you would say probably that YouTube is not pushing the video more than it is about the quality. I still stand by what I said. Keep making it better and better. There's always room to improve. You know, my stuff especially. Like, I can tell you, there's a lot. Faulty smoke detector. I love your username. Beep. Beep indeed. Greg, you need to change your smoke detector. Dude, I just changed it. Although we do suspect that it has been faulty before. Although it may have not been. I don't know. I almost died once. I stand by that. My content is all child friendly. That's good. That gives you the maximum audience possible. If your content is child friendly, then both adults and children can watch it, which boosts the ability. You do have a faulty one, it sounds like, apparently. Water Ghost, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. You know, it's had 20,000 views, not me. Hey, one day you'll get it, dude. I believe in you. I believe in you. I mean, I'll quickly pull it up. Just to see. Back. Totally didn't fall asleep. Oh no. Nikita, go sleep. I say that. I'm probably gonna wrap up soon, so you definitely can sleep. But, okay, I'm not at 20,000 views yet. 19,400. That's how much it has right now. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing numbers. Why it's getting views, I don't really know, truthfully. But it is. When you post, you know, just keep trying things. I think that was, how many shorts have I posted? I'll actually tell you. I have posted 26 shorts total. Not a ton. Not all of them are public either. I should say that. But I do have quite a few public shorts. A lot of them are really bad. This was my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my 10th short that I actually put work into and I posted recently. And YouTube decided to try it out with a larger audience. When it comes to live streams, you know, it's just about always talking, always doing something, and hopefully that ends up resulting in possibly some viewership there. Can you pause? That is really loud. Josh, I don't care. I'm so sorry, guys. And then videos, you know, like I said, just keep making it better and better every day. For videos in specific, pick one thing from the thumbnail to improve on. Pick one thing from the actual content to improve on. Your packaging matters a lot because without the packaging, nobody will see what's inside. But once they've clicked on your packaging, they better get something of value. So, you want to improve both of those at once if you can. You're wrapping up soon. I might as well stay. Fair enough. We'll wrap up very soon because I am lagging. Do you play Roblox? I do not. I only play Minecraft right now. I do play some other games off stream, but none on stream right now. Bring out the lobster. What? Do you really need that checked out? Stay awake, don't let them in your head. That's not how it goes. Crazy. Alright, there it goes. Guys, I don't know if you can hear me. We're gonna start wrapping up stream now while I have a little bit of connection though. I appreciate you all for being here. It's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, my computer is really hating on me. I hate it. I hate that that's what it does. It always